going to start this video by laughing at myself. Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Femi.
I mean,
Other times I'm very confused as to which name I should bear, whether it's Femi FX, but Femi FX is very generic. I do lots of stuff, so I'm trying to stick with the name Flu Lord right now. It's a little bit hard, but sometimes I just want to run back. I just want to be like, oh, well, that Femi FX was dope. Jiggy, but let's see
yeah,
how
yeah,
this
yeah.
goes. I might finally return. I don't know. So yeah, I am a kind of person that I don't like to stay on things too long. Like if it's boring, I'm logging out straight up. Like I don't spend time. And yes, I want to start this this video by laughing at myself. Okay? I'm not laughing at myself in a derogatory way, in a way that is, that makes me feel bad or doesn't make me, it doesn't encourage me, but just to show me that price can be anything. Do you get? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I remember our last video, I was calling DXY for higher prices, but come on, just look at this. So, when things happen like this, what's like the first thing that comes to your mind? This is a question to you, my bro. What's like the first thing that comes to your mind when you are in conditions like this? Because look at how this other block has failed. Like it wasn't even, I'm sure by the beginning it wasn't even Tuesday, it was already down, almost down here.
Yeah,
So when things happen like this, what's it like your approach? That's just a
to the
question.
market.
Yeah,
Okay, if you want to look at it the way the banks will look at it, then first of all, you have to know that you're going to cut your losses first. I'm sure you have the stop loss anytime anybody takes a trade. So, when you have a loss, you have to mitigate your losses. So, you look for a way to mitigate your losses and look for a way to reevaluate in the market, um, because of what happened. The other block was violated clearly, and this is in our eyes a clear break of structure. So you should not be going in looking in the same direction or order flow. You get. So this is what will come to my mind, and it's okay to have losses. I think that's the first one. You should just understand that it's very okay to have losses. Like this is the instance that you might not be right in the market, and it happens.
exactly. I think that's the key word there. It happens like, you know, not being able to hold on to anything as, this thing is the only thing that has to happen. Very beautiful thing though. So, first of all, we don't trade DXY, okay? We don't trade the DXY. None of us, including myself and Da Vinci. Da Vinci and I, we do not trade DXY. And I've not seen any trader, at least any Nigerian trader, that trades DXY, okay? But we we analyze DXY because that's the strength of dollar. And if we can predict this, with a very high probability or high, leaning towards one side, one-sided movement, and just leaning towards one side, we can guess, foreign currencies like euro, pound, Aussie, Japanese, including USD CHF too, because there's USD in it. So if DXY is bullish, you're betting on the fact that USD CHF too will be bullish. So first things first, we none of us trade DXY. So seeing DXY down here, it doesn't mean we've taken losses of DXY, but it just means that short term, our idea was, flawed, jigger, and is okay. It's okay if that other block is not going to provide that higher prices. Okay, it's okay if on the daily time frame, away from that other block, we found like a daily fair value gap, yeah, where price, took sell side from, had a market structural shift and a break above it. So it's okay that we expected this FVG, this imbalance to hold, but look at what happened. So when we've gotten this expansion, look at what happened. So even though we had my draw for this, we didn't see it. All right. And I love that this happens right now so that we know how to, you know, I show you my approach on how I would I would act going forward. Okay. Now the first thing I do is I'll go to, a higher time frame. which is like, let's just start from the 3 months basically. So the 3 months we're trading inside this imbalance. We've consolidated there for a very long period of time since 2023, you know, if I should say. So we've taken out sell side, created short-term highs, shifting above. Overall, I'm still targeting this high. Like overall, based on what I'm seeing, if this fair value gap is still going to hold. Now going into the weekly time frame, I'm still saying that yes, there are what discount areas that can still support what that same bullish idea. So I'm not going to throw that away. I'm marking potential areas that's going to support, that I can use as a level for higher prices. If you look here, we're in a what discount fair value gap too. Here is the extreme. What will change my mind for going long on DXY on the monthly time frame when we trade below this low? Okay, so anytime when we trade below this low, I am going to stop trying to what look for higher prices. Anytime we trade this below this low, I'm going to stop trying to look for higher prices. Okay, so going to the weekly time frame, this is what we have. So this is that monthly time frame, right? Or this is the weekly time frame, and that weekly what order block didn't hold for what highs, hence taking out this sell side. So where are we trading into? We're trading into this imbalance right now, and I'm going to draw that out. This imbalance. Okay, so drawing that out, seeing how we're behaving, do we see this area? Because we have a couple of imbalances here that have not been, traded to. And remember what I said, if at any point we trade below this low that was formed in September of 2024, I am going to be very, very uninterested in looking for higher prices. Okay, but as long as this area, this low is still protected, I will trust that we'll still see some form of higher prices, even though it's still the high of, last week. So now that we're inside of this imbalance, I'm going to go to my daily time frame to, weigh what the analysis is looking like. So on the daily time frame, this is that weekly fair value gap. Refining it to the daily time frame, I'm just going to refine the weekly fair value gap to this. All right, this basically, and look at what we have. If for any reason, yeah, this daily fair value gap holds for longs, all right, I would like that. If it doesn't, which means it's going to be coming below this low, right? If it doesn't, that means we'll see below this low. And if this area is still going to be showing willingness for higher prices, I will still be trying to look for longs. That's the thing. Until I am told, like very, very, very verbally, it will look as if price is having to, bring out its mouth and tell me, Femi, this is very clear that we're not trying to go long again. Okay. And yes, it might take a while for me to adapt to what market is saying, but based on how I read price, this is a way that can guarantee that I remain consistent and I'm not just changing things for changing sake, and I'm actually reading price instead of looking for profitable positions, even though that's what we're here for. But looking at price in a way that guarantees longevity, yeah, longevity, which is the word, a way that guarantees longevity. That's what I'm going to always trust. So this fair value gap, I've refined it to the daily time frame, and you see 50% of this week is where the daily fair value gap is. So that level, if we can push, I'll still be looking for that daily fair value gap to support higher prices at least. All right. If we start to show higher prices from there, I would like it. But if for any reason we trade below this low and this area still shows for higher prices, I'll still like it because we have what a weekly fair value gap there. So let's open it on the daily time frame. Let's look at all these imbalances. I'm just going to put on the my fair value gap indicator so you can see the number of fair value gaps we have at this level. This, there's just quite a lot. So if this present one doesn't hold for higher prices, at least to the high of, you know, today, basically, you get to this imbalance, then there's nothing for me to do, basically. So yeah, knowing this, let's look at ZB. Obviously, ZB wants to see the opposite. ZB ZB is still consolidating. ZB is still showing us. ZB still return to what that discount. Okay, so he still found a way to return to. Okay, it's not yet gotten there, but that was the draw we marked basically. That was the draw we marked. So that imbalance, I'm looking for price to what draw into that level. Look at what price has done. Respect this fair value gap basically. Take out buys because this candle is higher than the candle by the right and higher than the candle by the left. So this is a swing high. Running above the swing high, that's taking out buy side liquidity, and then we're seeing some form of retracement. Do we retrace into this imbalance, which is like a discount? Yeah. So if we continue lower, that means DSY is going to what continue higher. But if we run into this is the next draw basically. So anticipating lower prices to this draw means DXY should what see some form of higher prices. Now, I do not know if we're going to respect this level, but this analysis comparing with ZB, which is the treasury bond, is the right thing to do, which is arranging that my mind of these are the possibilities. This is what is possible basically. So having this and going to AUD Aussie, one of the best pairs in the world. My bro, you
That's
still
for
there?
you.
Eh?
That's for you, bro.
Da Vinci doesn't like Aussie, so you know Aussie, we've taken our buy side, we've displaced, we are trading in this premium level. If DXY is going to continue higher, then Aussie should continue what lower. If ZB is going to continue higher away from that imbalance, right? After it trades inside that imbalance and starts to go higher, then Aussie should also continue higher. So um on the weekly time frame, this is what we have. This is not showing any signs for lower prices at all because look at what we did on the weekly. We traded into this level, this order block basically, and that order block, if you open it on the daily time frame, you're going to see an imbalance there. So right inside that order block, what are we doing? Taking out sell side, pushing above the short term high, returning into this order block basically. So hence the push. So if we continue like this, where is near term liquidity? If we continue higher, where is near term liquidity? Buy side, basically. So buy side, yes, buy side. But let's remember that this box here is from the monthly time frame, right? So, but
Yeah.
we utilized it and we see now that price is not like really interested in sending this down. And if DXY for any reason DXY is still bearish, Aussie is going to what continue going higher. And one mistake you would make, or one mistake we as traders actually find ourselves doing a lot of times, is trying to turn the market. Okay, so there's me now, right, that is looking at DXY, and I'm trying to anticipate this level turning, this daily FVG turning, this level, turning. Do you understand? But it's a moving train basically. So I should
Uh,
trying to turn the market. Do you get?
yes,
I
I
shouldn't be
get
trying
you.
to turn the market. So I feel like that's it's not like I feel that is one mistake that most traders make. And yes, even though you have a contrarian mindset like me, you want to do the opposite of what people are doing, you would often find that you bag lots of losses. It's better to stay with the flow. So if DXY is still bearish, Aussie should be what? Bullish. If DXY is going to be rallying lower, yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
would only make sense
Mm-hmm.
that Aussie should be bullish.
All right.
Now, how far is Aussie going to be bullish to, even though it was coming off of a monthly FVG? That means that FVG movement on the monthly, this is how far it can take the sell to. Stuff is not willing to go lower, all right? It's not willing to show us lower prices. Hence, why prices, doing what it's doing. Hence, why DXY is what? Falling. All right. So if we're going to continue higher, this buy side has my attention. So we have buy side above here. Once we hit here, that'll be the weekly target basically, because that's going to be a weekly key level. So on the daily time frame, let's see how that holds. So the weekly order block here, let's see it on the daily. So this is the weekly order block. All right. Look at how we ran into this imbalance, took out these equal lows, ran below this, started rallying. All right. We've completely closed above this imbalance. We've used the bodies of the candles to completely, close above it. We've closed above this too. So if we do continue a rally, how far can we see a rally up of here? And I'm just going to label that buy stops. So now on the 4 hour, this is what I'm going to do because look at the 4 hour time frame, right? Look at all that play on the weekly time frame. That weekly order block, look at it here. So on the 4 hour, we ran stops inside of this order block with this imbalance, and we're what pushing above short-term highs, returning into FVGs and what rallying to buy stops. So if we do continue higher, where will be short-term draw on the 4 hour time frame? Look at these highs. One, two, and three.
Three.
And we
LRL.
have equal highs here. So however way tomorrow, however way tomorrow, we should really be able
Okay.
to bet on the fact that, you know, higher prices should be seen. But tomorrow is a day that I'm not really willing to execute. The reason is because tomorrow is the day before NFP. And I want to make this clear. I'm not saying you're not going to find trades. I'm not saying I'm not going to find trades. But as a newbie, you don't want to be trading on the days before NFP days. The reason is because price is going to consolidate. NFP day is like the biggest day of the week. Is the biggest high impact. It's one of the biggest high impact news. If you're calling or looking for the highest and biggest high impact news that is going to have a lot of impact in the market, you talk about consumer price index, you talk about PPI, producer price index, you talk about Fed Chair Powell, talk about unemployment claims, and you also talk about NFP, FOMC too. This news so big, so big, and seeing this on my daily time frame, on my 4 hour time frame, this is what I have. So tomorrow, these are short term liquidities for me. AUDUSD has been such a ride, like such a beautiful ride. And I'm still riding it. Okay. I'm still riding it. I've had only one loss this week on AUDUSD. I'm just going to show my chart on the 15 minutes time frame. Let me let me put this off so we're not confused. So my first trade on Monday from this 15 minutes OB around to buy stops. I didn't even wait. I didn't need it to get here. My second trade on Tuesday, though I had a losing trade here in London session. This was a losing trade, so that was -1. And then in New York, I came in, took out this, and then today took out this on AED. So that's it basically, and that's all I have as per AED. And just imagine you already banked this. I shouldn't be trying to, look for what is not looking for me tomorrow. Sure, you get like
Yeah, yeah.
it's going to be wrong to be trying to push in the marketplace tomorrow because it's not mentally or capital wise is not so good because I know based off experience that the day before NFP is better to not really trade. Okay, so yeah, really, really, really rooting for us. But yes, on the 12-hour time frame, one thing I've noticed now, if you check the 12-hour time frame, there will be some form of imbalance and there'll be really good trades tomorrow. So any returning to these imbalances, you could be targeting these highs. Like that's really going to be a beautiful setup. And you could be done, you know, anticipating unemployment claims tomorrow. You could also do that tomorrow, apply settings. So unemployment claims, 8:30 New York time, and you should be done. So that's just that about my analysis on AUDUSD, comparing with DXY and comparing with T bonds. So yeah, please, if you have any questions at all, do let me know in the comment section. Ask any questions, let me know, and I would reply. I will. I will try and reply because that's the only way anybody can reach me right here on YouTube. So the comment section is where you should drop your questions, ask it however confusing it may be. So yeah, USD for fun.
Okay, let's
Let's
look
look
at
at
it. Not
it.
for fun now. That's like my bitch.
That's your basic pair now.
Yeah,
That's your baby. GBP USD, we've returned back into this imbalance.
yeah.
The weekly time frame, look at what we have. We're not even showing signs that we want to. Okay, look what we did. So we returned into this level and what rallied high. This is all the sponsorship. This is why the GBP has been rallying basically. So this touching this high, I'm going to be very slow because if you were already trading G, your weekly targets have already been met because this would have been a confirmed weekly target, which is the monthly drawn liquidity as the monthly fair value gap, basically. So seeing this framework, seeing how it's taking sell side, shifted above a short-term high, returned into this fair value gap, buying to target here, that's a weekly draw, weekly target met. So trying to call GU right now is going to be low probability, but gone to my head, if we continue higher, this high, basically.
To be honest, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So I think that was the reason why I was done with my whole trading. It's not like you might not be correct in your bias, but it's low probability, and we want to just be in the high probability conditions. Yes. And for me, I think I was done with that one. But it was not GU now, it was EU. It was EU. So I was done with that on Tuesday, right? So I think that anything now is you're just trying to, even if like for a newbie now, but even if you want to, you're looking at the chart now, you must not necessarily engage throughout the week. For me, I think you should just wait till like next week because it's going to be clear, and then you have your capital safe with you at least, and then you can execute the next week. It's going to be, but I don't know. Having seen this kind of price action this first week, like next week, it might not be that much of an expansion. So,
God bless you because this week we've already had like so much of an expansion. Like, guys, I really want you to pay attention to what this guy just said. Like, he, the fact that price has already moved, you've met your weekly target.
yeah.
You've met your weekly targets like this week already. So trying to do too much, trying to, try to reach for this level this same week when you've already had trades that would have taken you into this level is,
Yeah.
is you asking for so much. Like, so much when you just have one thing to repeat. Last week, if you were buying from this FVG, you would have been done just rallying, or if you were selling towards this FVG, like there were opportunities every single week. So why do you have coconut head and you want to make something, you just want to make it make sense that now we day here. Yes, now you day here, but you have to chill, brother. Chill, brother. Like calm down. Most
But I don't think that all
there. But
just
you have to really chill. Da Vinci, you wanted to say something?
yeah, I think that in such situations, like it's just like now we looked at AUD, right? I was not looking at AUD, but when I looked at AUD now, you like I can see those low resistance liquidity and it's tradable. You get, and we have unemployment claims tomorrow. But like for some pairs now, some pairs might have already achieved their targets. So like
That's
maybe
so
at this
me.
point we can shift and maybe look at something else. I think I might be looking at AED, but I'll just be noting. I just really want to know because AED is crazy. Like I really want to know how like because it's an Asian pair and it's Asian and it's US bar. So it's two sections bar. You're going to have like either a very late distribution or an early distribution. So I really the pair is really something that I want to like take some notes tomorrow.
Swear down. And one thing I want everybody to pick from this is we've taken out sell side inside an old imbalance, inside an old weekly key level. We've shifted about above a short-term high. Look here, there's an imbalance here coupled with this order block. So we have order block imbalance. We return into that level and we're showing, you know, signs for higher prices. Now, the signs for higher prices now may not be so visible to you, but when you go into the lower time frame, like the daily, the 4 hour, you begin to piece things together. Today, what framed my buy setup today was how we pushed into this breaker. So seeing price push into this breaker was enough reason for me to start looking for buys to at least the high of Asia and potentially this high. Okay, so tomorrow I shouldn't be trying, like, imagine being able to bank a trade on Monday, take a loss on Tuesday, take another win on Tuesday, take another win on yo, like, you should just really, me personally, I'll just slow down. Like Thursday, based off experience, I shouldn't even try to do anything. Like I should just journal whatever it is I
Yeah,
have in price. And this is just a lesson for all of us. DXY, we're totally wrong in, you know, wanting to see higher prices away from that daily level. I was totally wrong, totally wrong. And being wrong, one thing you find out in trading is being wrong doesn't necessarily mean you losing money. That's one thing. Like you can be so wrong and make money. Like I've not had such a beautiful week on AUDUSD, like back to back wins in a while. But look at my DXY analysis completely failed. But because it was failing, hence why maybe I was profitable, hence why I was profitable buying on AUDUSD. And my bigger setups, my best setups were the buying setups, basically, my bro.
that's the truth. Like that was the truth. Like that sentence now, that statement in fact was just the truth. Like because you were failing was the reason why you were buying. That was just the truth, bro.
Mhm. Exactly. So this is just an encouragement to everybody. I see you. If you're trying to work on yourself, young guy working on yourself, we see you. We identify with you too. Okay, like trust the process, you know, just know that there's somebody out here rooting for you, and you know the universe is on your side basically, because if you are jamming this content and you resonate with this at this time of your life, then it's something you can pick one or two gems from this and then you can use it, you know, in your journey forward. So this is me and Da Vinci wishing you guys well. Yeah, and cheers to a better week. This is going to be NFP week, so hopefully by Friday or Saturday, another video will be up on the YouTube channel. Basically Sunday, another video will be up on the channel. So see you guys and talk to you guys soon. Bye.